What is up folks, Stephen here from Immigrate Canada, and we've just got some breaking news about Express Entry in 2023 and some really interesting updates to the IEC program, which reopened for this year just yesterday. So let's unpack it. Now, before we dive into the news update, it is time to put our hands together as we click that subscribe button and tap that thumbs up to appease our YouTube overlords. Your support really does help in making sure these videos get out to more people, so we really do appreciate it. Also, today's news updates are for two very different immigration programs, so if you want to use our little chapters feature to jump to the section that is most relevant to you, we won't be upset. First up, we have the Express Entry news update for these whole targeted draw things we've been talking about now for many months. In an online call for public feedback, IRCC has said that targeted Express Entry draws could start to take place in the spring of 2023, calling targeted draws category-based selection, and saying it will be a portion of overall invitations to apply, while invitations based on the comprehensive ranking system scores and individual programs will remain. All this means that Express Entry won't completely change as we know it. The IRCC webpage suggests that all program draws will still happen alongside targeted and program-specific draws, like PNPs. Also, my bestest buddy, Immigration Minister Sean Fraser, has publicly alluded to the possibility of selecting candidates based on region, but it was not mentioned in the consultation document, so not sure what's happening there. What is happening though is IRCC naming 4 possible categories that could be the targets of future Express Entry draws. Selecting candidates based on work experience in a particular occupation or sector, transitioning international student graduates to permanent residence, transitioning temporary foreign workers to permanent residence, and selecting francophone and bilingual candidates, particularly outside of Quebec. We'll leave a link below this video for a more in-depth breakdown on what sectors and occupations may be affected most from these Express Entry draws based on IRCC's statement. And then let's take it in a completely different direction to talk about the IEC announcements. In previous iterations, you had only one shot with your IEC participation.
Mom spaghetti.
You would apply, hopefully get accepted, and receive your port of entry letter of introduction, which counted as a participation. And whether you arrived in Canada or not would have been irrelevant, as you would have been deemed to have participated in the program and no longer be eligible for another IEC under the same passport. Well, we are happy to say that that is all about to change, as the definition of a participation changed to help youth who could not have come to Canada before their POE letter expired. And one of the most amazing things about all this is that it is retroactive, meaning as long as you were still eligible to apply under the IEC requirements, you can now submit a new application, even if you have previously received your POE and never landed in Canada. We imagine this is all down to the issues caused over the pandemic, where thousands of people had their POEs expire because they didn't want to travel due to health concerns and federal restrictions. But either way, this is certainly a welcome change of heart from IRCC. And finally, is Express Entry unpaused again? All this talk about IRCC brings us back to typical Express Entry draws that we all know and love. And just like a toxic relationship, IRCC has refused to answer our texts about whether or not another Express Entry draw is to come, or offer any clarity really about why they were paused in the first place.
It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me.
There's been no Express Entry draw at all since the glitchy draw of November 23rd, 2022, so maybe we'll have one tomorrow, maybe not. Look, we don't really know, but if you do want to wait the least amount of time possible to find out, then all you have to do is click that subscribe button, as we aim to upload draw videos within 25 minutes of them being announced. That's all from me folks. Leave your comments on the circus down below, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for an Express Entry draw, but if not, until next time.